Broadcasting live from the Business Radio X studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Business Radio, spotlighting the city's best businesses and the people who lead them.
Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Women in Technology. I am in the studio with two beautiful ladies and they're doing amazing stuff here in Atlanta. And I would just like to get straight into it and introduce them and get to talking. So Penny.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Penny Collins. I am the President and CEO of Women in Technology. Yeah. And thank you for having us here again for this great segment.
Thank you for joining us.
You bet.
And we also have
Jenn Graham with Civic Dinners.
Civic Dinners. So I was reading all about you before we came in, and I was telling Penny, I think you're just doing amazing things, and it's just such a unique platform that you have going on, and I would just love to know more about it, and we can tell more about it through our conversation.
Yeah.
So, Penny, you were in here last time with Patty Dismukes,
Yep.
if I did get her last name
You
correctly.
did.
And you guys were speaking about all the amazing things you do for women in technology here in Atlanta. And I would just like you to just give us a brief overview of what you're doing right now.
Absolutely. So the big thing that we're working on right now is we're doing all the preparation work to get ready for the biggest fundraiser that we do of the year, and that is called WIT Connect. That will be held on June the 20th. At the Georgia Aquarium. And what that is, it's an amazing evening. It is an evening where you're able to see the WIT work in practice. So we actually have about 700 to 800 executives that actually join us for this evening. And we have a wonderful dinner. We have a great networking. We have a VIP reception. And then after that is when our program begins. And this is where we talk about the mission of WIT. And then we start giving back. And how we give back is we give over $150,000 in scholarships to all of the high school girls and college girls that are part of the WIT program. And we're able to do this because of the incredible generosity of our partners. They're the ones that provide us all the funds that we need that enable us to give back to the community, give back to these wonderful, talented women and girls who want to continue to pursue their careers in STEAM.
And we're super excited to be there.
But for Connect, I have to get back to that one.
Okay.
We only have a few tables left, so we're asking everyone, so please go to mywit.org, and then you will see a menu option that will take you to the Connect event. And from there, you're able to register online so that you can attend this wonderful thing.
That seems so exciting. And you were also speaking about, auctioning out time with the people that are going to be there. Can you give us a little bit more explanation about that?
Absolutely. So the one great thing that we have are our wonderful partners. We have these wonderful companies that partner with WIT, and they want to do whatever they can to give back to our vision, to give back to the cause, and also be able to serve the community in a way that we want to. So they very much support our mission.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we have these incredible CIOs, CEOs, senior leadership of companies that are going to be auction off time to whoever it is that bids on them. And all the proceeds from the bidding process actually go towards WIT, so we're able to keep our doors open and continue to do the servant work that we do for the community. Yeah. And so we have people. Great example is we've got the CTO of First Data and some of the leaders on his staff that are going to have dinner. They're going to offer up dinner. I mean, what a great way to get to know a very, very wonderful CTO who works for First Data, and he's a global CTO. We also have companies like Mercedes-Benz. So the CIO, who is Rose, a woman CIO who is an amazing leader. She's also giving up her time to enable us to give back to what we do to support our vision and our mission.
So this seems so exciting. If you're someone that's in technology and you have nothing to do this day on June 20th, I believe, you should definitely be attending this event. And where can they purchase these tickets?
Yep, they can actually contact me. You can actually send me an email at penny@mywit.org.
Yeah.
Or you can go to our website, which is mywit.org, and then you'll see all the advertisements that actually direct you to where you can actually purchase the tickets.
Right. Okay, thank you so much for sharing the details for that event. And Jenn, so I was online reading all about Civic Dinners, and something that stood out to me was you said that you guys are on a mission to design a more inclusive world. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that is basically the mission statement for what Civic Dinners is. Can you explain more about what Civic Dinners is?
Yes. So Civic Dinners is a community engagement platform that brings people together over food for conversations that matter. And the reason why our purpose is around creating a more inclusive world is that we want to make sure everyone feels invited and engaged in co-creating a better future. And we've realized that, civic engagement has evolved over the past couple decades, and more and more people are interested in it, but they don't necessarily know how to plug in. The old ways from community meetings and just community surveys are pretty outdated. And millennials especially are like craving a sense of connection to actually meet people face to face, get off their phones, and actually have in-depth, real, meaningful conversations around the issues of our time. And so I recognize this personally back in 2014. Was like I was hungry for having like meaningful, not reality TV. I want to have like meaningful conversations around like the critical issues of our time, climate change and racial justice, and so it all started as a social experiment, bringing people together around the dinner table and having these structured conversations where we create a safe space and a structure so that it's not debate. It's not about being an expert, but it's about sharing your unique story and your own perspective around an issue. And so a civic dinner is so simple. It's usually a host, 6 to 10 diverse perspectives. So that might be, friends from a network. The host can invite people from their friend group or their neighbors or even their coworkers or colleagues, or allow people to sign up through the platform and have a great group of potential people that don't know each other. And then we provide the structure of 3 big questions. So we provide the prompts and the questions so that the host doesn't have to worry about that. They just really read the host guide that we've already tested and proven so that it ends in a real positive manner. And then it's equal time to share with one voice at a time. And that format of either going around in a circle and allowing everybody equal time kind of takes the pressure off of having to kind of defend your answer or it's just about sharing and listening.
Yeah. And another quote from your website, it's something humane about eating in front of people, and it just makes it more like intimate.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah. There's actually science to prove that we're wired to bond with people when we break bread with them.
Yeah.
And then when you're sitting face to face, I mean, the energy fields are real that you can't get on a digital screen, even a video. We've tried doing some kind of video activations of the same thing, bringing people together across the country for conversations, but it doesn't really necessarily leave the same impact as you are if you're face to face breaking bread.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your background. I believe that you have a background in design.
Yeah. So I was actually a business major at UNC Chapel Hill, then discovered graphic design my senior year, second semester. And that's what brought me to Atlanta. Went to Portfolio Center and really learned the art of storytelling and how to bring strategy to life through stories and branding. And that's really also where I became hooked on this idea of systems thinking. And we're looking at an issue from all perspectives and really looking at not the symptoms of a system, but the actual root challenges of what it's involved in. So, and the first part of design process is listening.
Yeah.
And so this is all kind of been leading up to the work that I'm doing today, is really coming from a design thinker's mindset around how do we tackle these massive challenges that are not in silos. They're all connected. Housing is directly connected to transportation. Housing is also connected to education. Given where we live is where our school systems are, and how those intertwine and interrelate are important. And what we need to create are more opportunities for people to think across silos and across disciplines and across issue areas to help kind of really break down those issues in a way that can be actionable.
Yeah. So you've worked with thousands of different companies, right?
Well, we have had over 1,000 dinners around the world, starting with New Zealand, all the way to Atlanta, almost in every state so far. And we've worked with over 14 different clients, ranging from cities to nonprofits to companies, including Facebook.
Which is so exciting. Yeah. And I also read that you've been recognized by people like Obama.
Yeah.
That's super exciting. Yeah. So who is your typical client?
So our typical clients, it definitely ranges. We've had cities from the city of Decatur to the Atlanta Regional Commission, which has been our founding partner since day one. We really built it with them, for them, as a way to provide meaningful engagement and bring diverse voices to the table for long-range planning process. Yeah. And it was such a success that soon we had other cities and regions and nonprofits coming to us saying, how do we use dinners to engage our alumni, our members, our even our potential donors and then citizens, and even different applications. So we worked with Teach for America in Atlanta to bring alumni in Atlanta. There are 1,400 Teach for America alumni in Atlanta. And they were wondering, like, how do we come together and really leverage the network to decide what their education platform might be for the future. Then we worked with City of Decatur to help them tackle, in partnership with Cooper Carey, to design a master plan for the 77 acres of land that they now call the Legacy Park. And then we were working on same thing in like City of Covington to help redesign the IRS site that they're going to be transforming into some beautiful park right on the waterfront of the Ohio River. And then also working Facebook. This came about, I really got the email through our website. It's like fb.com. Is that Facebook? What?
Are they communicating with me?
They found us. What? It was surreal. But it was amazing to work with the She Means Business group to design a conversation around female founders and funding female founders and bring 1,000 female founders together all across the country. We did 8 key activations this year in March, launching in Austin for South by for International Women's Day. So it's been surreal. We've worked
doing
across
amazing
the board.
Things. Yeah. So we're here for Women in Technology. I want to know, how does Civic Dinners incorporate themselves into technology?
So it's really a beautiful hybrid. So we structured conversations to help enable incredible, meaningful discussions around issues that matter. But then we use technology to scale those to any geography or any dinner table anywhere around the world. So technology is critical for us to be able to, we can design a conversation once and then scale it anywhere.
Yeah.
And we can tweak it and modify it to certain geographies. So the back end, if you go to civicdinners.com, it makes it super simple. You can either sign up to host or sign up to attend a dinner. And then you can pick from the variety of conversations that might be available. So like in Atlanta, we have maybe, I think, over 15 different conversations, from religious pluralism to, affordable housing to nurturing communities. And some are statewide, some are Atlanta-based, and some are even nationwide. Yeah. And then you can simply, all the host has to do is set the date, time, location, what kind of dinner it might be, whether it's potluck or at a restaurant where it's kind of, you'll pick your own and pay for your own. And then, whether you want it to be open to the public or closed with invitation only. And then, boom, it creates a custom dinner page for each host. And it automates all the follow-up emails and reminders, because that's also, as a host and organizer, that's the kind of complicated, pesky details that are important and critical. And so, but we built that into the platform so that they don't have to worry about that. They just focus on gathering, inviting really cool people, different perspectives to the table, making sure there's the available food available, and then guiding the conversation that we've provided for them. And so then after the dinner, we send through the technology, we have automated emails and soon to be actions that are going to be really cool, so that we can actually follow up and create some kind of accountability metrics. So this actions page will allow us to kind of provide a menu of actions to you after you've attended a dinner. And here are up to 10, specific and designed actions, whether, it's about following someone on Instagram or following an initiative or a program, or if it's about signing up, or it's about bringing other people into the fold, or even hosting your own civic dinner, to all the way down to like donating and supporting or writing or supporting someone to run for office. And the levels of engagement, what we call ladders of participation, can be customized to each conversation. And then we'll be able to check whether they commit to that or if they've done it. And then create some accountability metrics to keep it going. So we're really excited. It finally completes our theory of change around, in order to move people to take meaningful action, you have to start with awareness and then go deeper understanding, which is the civic dinner, and then commitment, which is about giving them a menu of options that they can choose, and then allowing them to pick from those options. Right. And then the action follows, the collective action follows after that.
And I'm guessing from the feedback that helps you with scaling the events for the future, right?
Yes.
So I definitely want to hear about one of your most unique dinners that you've had.
Ooh.
or that civic dinner has had together?
Wow. One of the most recent ones that was so cool was it was at the City Hall atrium, and it was on religious pluralism. And we had over 180 representatives from different religious backgrounds. We had Muslims, we had Christians, Catholics, we had Hindus. I'm going to mix them all up. Hindus, Buddhists. I'm leaving some out. I know it. But that was just incredible to have actually seated dinner with people, Jews, from all different religions, having a conversation around celebrating diversity in religion. Especially coming from, my husband's from New Zealand, and given the recent horrific event in Christchurch, it's really hit home to me the importance of making sure people feel comfortable with others that may not believe the same things as they do, and celebrating our diversity of thinking, and knowing that we can actually all live harmoniously together, and there's beauty in harmony, and there's beauty in diversity. And just take a look at the forest, and everything is different species, and the biodiversity gives it so much vibrance and richness. So let's celebrate that and not be fearful of it. And so once we get to know each other and build new bridges, that was just that dinner really signified for us a launching point, because we'd always wanted to have a conversation around kind of religion, but didn't know quite how. And so we worked in partnership with the city and the organizers, Aga Khan Council here in Atlanta, and now we're going to take it on the road. So we're expanding. Birmingham's interested in doing it in partnership with the Aspen Institute, which wrote an article about the work, and all around the Day of Religious Pluralism. So that was probably the most unique and exciting one just recently.
So I think civic dinners is so different, and it's just so interesting. It's so unique. And I just have a question. So what if I was someone that I just moved from Boston, right?
Yeah.
I'm relocated here in Atlanta, and I don't have any friends. I'm looking to make friends. Can I go on civic dinners and just create some sort of dinner about Black women who like watching reality TV on Sundays? Can I do something like that?
Well, you can absolutely host a dinner based on, so we provide you with kind of a menu of conversation topics that are already designed. So we have maybe 15 of them are already available in the Atlanta area. We do have ones around bridging the racial divide in partnership with the King Center. We've got one on the voice of women. So if you want to bring other women around, it's like kind of finding your fire. We've got, I'm like so eager to create one on Women Unite or Moms Unite. So around just like the new moms especially. But we have like so many awesome conversations that are ones even on specific topics, from sustainability. We just launched one on clean energy for all in partnership with Sierra Club and Partnership for Southern Equity, and Environment Georgia. And so what you can go online and you can find a conversation that piques your interest, and then sign up to host or pick a dinner. You can go to civicdinners.com/dinners to see all the dinners happening, even all around the world. And then you can narrow down by the city that you live in. And we'll show you all the different conversations happening in Atlanta for you to join if you just want to meet new people.
Interesting, because I'm pretty serious about that. I would love to meet new people here in Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's a common. People hear that back in 2014 when we experimented with this whole concept initially, was people wanted to meet new people. That was the number one thing, and that's the number one thing that we hear back, is that meeting new people and different, like outside of your usual silos of work and your neighborhood or your friends group that I moved here from straight out of college, so it was a lot of my UNC friends that I knew initially. It was really hard to kind of break out of the bubble because it's so easy to stay connected to people who you already know. So this is a great way to kind of really reach out and bring, and we still highly recommend kind of you helping to promote the dinner by just posting it in random places, either different Facebook groups or sharing it on Instagram, or getting, just so that you never know who might see it and whose friend of a friend might want to join your dinner and hang out and talk about something that matters.
And I was thinking more of people who had the common interest, and it's not more about that. It's more about diversity. Yeah. Meeting people who you wouldn't typically meet on a regular basis. Right.
Well, but it's also, it could be that if people who are passionate about sustainability all come to the sustainability dinner, so you have a theme or an issue that you all have in common, you care about sustainability, but you might be from all different sectors or different age ranges and generations. And so that's the beauty of the diversity. But the issue is what brings people together.
Yeah.
and the food.
And you're a new mom.
Yes.
Let's get into that.
Yes. He's his name's William, and he's almost a year old. He's already walking and opening doors, which is terrifying. So he's able to open the front door.
So how do you balance all of that?
Oh my gosh. With an amazing team.
Yeah.
Seriously, being a new mom, like, forced me to build a team, because before it was just me, myself, and I, and I was kind of trying to do it all. But knowing that I was going to be on maternity leave and we had contracts that had to get done regardless, I was like, okay, we're going all in. And so last year we built a team of 10 people now, an incredible staff. We've got, I just hired a COO. So an operations director who's just badass. She's actually one of our former clients. And so I'm super excited to bring her officially on board in June. But we're really ramping up. We've got a team now that can handle the core business. And now we're even trying to think, we have grown so much without any official marketing. It's all been through word of mouth or through relationships or kind of meeting here to hear or hearing about it. But now we're actually going to be launching a really exciting initiative that's going to be called the Lovable City. And we're inviting 100 cities across the U.S., making sure we've got diverse representation with a focus on the Middle America, to come together for a conversation around the Lovable City. In October, the goal of having 100 dinners in 100 cities, so 10,000 dinners in October. And what we plan to learn from that is really what are the common issues that every city is dealing with, and how can we create kind of the essential 12 conversations that cities need to be having, whether that's around food or water or energy, and find the right partners to help us bring those to all those cities in 2020.
That seems really interesting. Now, Patty, you're a woman in technology. Penny, I'm so sorry.
No. That happens to us all the time.
Penny, you're a woman in technology. How can this be beneficial to you?
So this is what I'm so excited about. She has this incredible foundation, incredible framework that we can actually leverage for a lot of the diverse conversations that we want to start having for the Women in Technology membership that we have. So the one thing that I've heard, so when I started with WIT, one of the big to-dos that I had was to do a roadshow. And I went around and talked to as many of our partners and our sponsors as I possibly could to really understand, what can WIT do for you? What is it that you're looking for from a woman, helping the women in your company to grow versus giving back and helping girls that are in college or in high school? So I really wanted to understand the need. And the one thing that I found was a great opportunity for WIT to grow in is, how do we help better support women who are in technology careers? How do we help them to feel not so alone? Because I will say, in technology as a woman, it can be lonely. And having this network of women that you can talk to that have like interests and technologies that you support, it's sometimes very hard to find. And finding the time to do it and organize it becomes also the challenge. And, with WIT, we've got our monthly forums where we get together every month at Maggiano's in Buckhead. And we've got great discussions about technology or about how to balance things and just great ways to help women grow. But what I really want to do is have a better understanding of our WIT membership. Understand, if you are in technology, what are the areas of technology you're in?
Right.
Really understand what functions they're in. And then if you are an architect, then I want to bring all the women architects together at a civic dinner and let them have the conversations over dinner and wine. And they can talk and they can network and they can talk about challenges or talk about the balances. But you've got someone with commonality who is also could be diverse because they're in a different company or they're different race or whatever it may be. But it's just different perspectives of having a common framework of technology coming together so that you can have those conversations. And what is powerful about that is it allows people to feel that you have a partner.
Sense of community.
A sense of community. Yeah. And what you then have is strength. And with that strength gives you empowerment. And with that empowerment gives you confidence. And with that confidence, it allows you to conquer and do more, give back more. And you just build on that and build on that. So what we've been challenged with is thinking about what is the right form and the right way for us to bring these pods of wonderful women together. Yeah. And I came across Yale.
And here we are today.
And here we are today. So WIT is very excited to partner with you and look at how we use her incredible foundation to enable us to do that.
Yeah. Women helping women. I love that.
That's exactly it. Women and a phenomenal woman here.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited.
Yes. Phenomenal. So what's the most rewarding part of your job?
Oh my gosh.
And would you even call it a job?
I don't know. I was seriously thinking this is a dream because there are of course moments of stress and most of the time it comes around, do we have enough revenue to support the team? Because my most proudest moments have been watching my team grow and be able to speak on behalf with so much the same amount of passion that I have, and that the idea and concept is so much bigger than me and so much bigger than our team and so much even bigger than Atlanta. And so I think that it's starting to really take off and have a life of its own. And so I feel like I'm a proud midwife of the idea and the birth of this incredible organization that I really do think can have a profound influence on the way we interact, the way we have conversations, the way we empower people with hope and possibility, especially in today's time where it's so easy to you want to just hide under a rock some days, like with the news that just passed this week in Georgia. And it's just like, wow, we're going backwards. Yep. But how do we actually unite, find other people who care and then actually rally together, build the confidence and support each other to create the change that we want. And I just have to, there's a quote that always, I always look to other leaders that are way far ahead. Yeah. And Lynn Twist is one of those. She's an amazing woman, a leader of the Pachamama Alliance. And I had the honor of being in her presence a couple of years ago to see her speak. One of the most authentic women I think I've ever met. Cried on stage anyway, has mom. Deals also with mom guilt in running a big company and organization. But she said this quote around, the magic that happens in a caterpillar and the chrysalis. So when in moments of transformation, when where we are in society, where we are confronted with this existential crisis of climate change and gender, inequality, and where we land, that in those moments, it's similar to when, a caterpillar gets into that chrysalis and its whole body, this is going to sound a little gross, but the whole body kind of decomposes into a soup of cells. And in those cells, if enough of those cells, basically the cells start to activate. They become these imaginary cells, start to wake up. And if enough of these kind of imaginary cells find one another, they become the genetic directors, kind of shaping the wings of the butterfly and creating the future path and blueprint for the butterfly. And so that to me is like our little role is to kind of start kind of waving the flag and saying, hey, if you care about these specific issues, here's a way you can find one another and find one another, start building the vision and really supporting each other to build that framework for the future, because we need it and we need enough people to wake up. Yeah. And so we're hoping that this platform and infrastructure can help really be that back underlying social infrastructure that we need so badly.
And it definitely will. As you stated, millennials are like looking for a way to communicate face to face, because a lot of people believe that we want to be in our phones. But from my friend group and the people that I surround myself around, they believe that face to face conversations are more meaningful. And that's what we would like to have now. So I definitely believe that Civic Dinners portrays that and it gets straight to the point. I would definitely like to say thank you so much, Penny, for being here. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And Jen, I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names. I'm so bad. I'll just get it right out. I'm so bad. Thank you so much for being here today and telling us all about Civic Dinners and the amazing things that you have coming up. And please tell us about the event that you have coming up again.
Yeah, so we have dinners happening almost every night anywhere around the country. So if you want to just attend a dinner, just go to civicdinners.com, pick a conversation near you that you are interested in, or just go to the /dinners. So civicdinners.com/dinners to find a dinner. If you want to host, would love for you to host. It's incredibly easy. We really do try to support you along the way and make it as seamless as possible. Just pick a conversation in your area that you want to host and set it up. And then if you're a nonprofit or even a city or even a company, we're going to be rolling out the Lovable City initiative very soon.
Yes, the initiative.
Yeah. So more info is going to be on our website. It's still in the hopper. We're preparing for it. But we're going to be really looking for 100 cities, and we're looking for companies to help offset the cost for those cities. So you can just contact us at either hello@civicdinners.com or just find us through our social media handles at Civic Dinners.
Thank you so much. And Penny, the event happening on June 20th.
Yes.
At the Georgia Aquarium.
Yes. Be there.
Yes, we definitely need to be there. All the women in technology, or just anyone in technology. Again, this is Penny and Jen, and thank you so much for listening to Women in Technology on Business Radio X. This is Sanjay Ture.